There we go. Just a slight delay.
Hello.
Kids switching the scenes this time.
Derpin. I'm clear across the other side of the room. Kaz has easier access to it than I do. You got a wheelie chair.
Hey, we're on carpet, dude. We're on pretty rough carpet, and this chair does not like to roll.
Yeet the child, Allie. I had to yeet it a long time ago.
That's my kid you're talking about. You can't tell her to yeet my kid.
I'm just siding. Okay, I take sides.
Okay, take your own.
I'm taking Allie's side on this one. Yeet the child.
I agree with Moon.
Yeetus deletus.
No.
Oh, shit. It's going to be a day. We are in the new setup once and for all. Hopefully not for all, because eventually I'd like to have a bigger house, but, whatever.
Or like an office to record in.
That would be so great. Oh, that would be so fucking great. Just, there's a few places I found. Now that we're more in town and I have time to actually look at all the places that's available, I found so many different little office spaces that are for rent right now, and I'm like, ooh, can I budget that? Can I budget that one? How about that one?
I mean, when we get to the point where Twitch can actually pay a bill, then it's more feasible.
Oh, hurry up, Twitch. Pay my bills. Please. Please pay my bills.
Hey, Aries, what's up?
What's up, Aries? Oh, shit.
I still want to do something with this overlay at some point, because it looks kind of plain.
Yep.
And I know I've complained about this before, just I don't know what the hell to do, aside from things I've already done, and I don't want to make all the overlays the same, because then there's no variety.
Not really. But we're not the only ones out there that, I've even seen bigger streamers than us that have more basic overlays than we do.
I know, but it's the designer in me. I want it to look better.
You'll be all right. I think you'll live. Do you need a straw?
No.
So
I need a cure for OCD. That's what I need.
Fair. Good luck with that one. Get Elon Musk on that.
Bitch, you think I got contacts with Elon Musk?
No, I'm just saying. He's making that brain thing that you plug in your head, and supposedly it's supposed to stop like ADHD and slow down autism and all this other stuff.
That.
Yeah. I'm not signing up for that. Not happening. Not one bit. Not happening at all. Will not do it. Cannot do it. I am not sticking anything in my brain.
You're absolutely right, Aries. That's what it is. Artist OCD. Just ask my wife. She's had to deal with this shit. Like, even when I was editing Driving with Ginger, I would ask her opinion, and I would go over everything that I edited over and over and over and over, because I knew there was something else I had to change. I didn't know what, but I knew there was something. Something had to be fixed.
That's
something
why it took
didn't look
so
right.
long.
I'm just glad it was only one episode a week.
Could have made it
gave
two.
Me 7 days to be fucking neurotic about one episode.
I tried to make it two. I tried so hard.
But didn't get far.
That was unfortunately one of the problems was scheduling. I can't do two. You could barely do one. Not you, Ginger.
Yeah.
Fucking, like I was working and still able to do two. Damn it! I just wanted to do two.
Well, it depends on the job.
That's true.
Just to be fair.
Tis true. This is very true. I want that ghost in the shell for sure. Shit happens when you party naked. Just saying. Boy, do we have things to talk about today. I'm excited for one of them. I'm very excited. I'm so very excited.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
I mean, I'm not either, but at the same time, it gives me something to look forward to, because I am such a fan of Forge. I'm such a fan of Forge. I have been a fan of Forge forever, to the point to where I forced myself when Halo 3 came. Forge was a thing, and I forced myself for 3 weeks straight to learn how to glitch build. Forced myself to learn. because back in Halo 3 you couldn't clip anything.
Right.
Everything had to be stationary and next to each other. But I forced myself for 3 weeks to learn how to glitch build, and to the point I was making fucking spaceships, racetracks, all that sorts of stuff. I mean, I was excited that even one of the racetracks I made it to the rocket race playlist. That was pretty fun. Me, my stepbrother at the time, Josh, and his friend, who was a Forge beta tester. We all made it. He sent it in. He's like, "This was really fun," blah blah blah, and he sent it in for me. I didn't even expect it. Like, he personally, instead of it just being, one of those things that you can download and then get featured, he physically sent in this code, and he's like, "Hey, check this out. I think it'd be great for the playlist." And then when Rocket Race became a thing, we were one of the playlist features, and it was awesome. And then, of course, what I consider the OG Forge world is Halo Reach. Like,
well,
that was the best Forge, and I think still to this date.
Obviously, it wasn't the OG because Halo 3 Forge came first.
But it didn't have Forge World.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I still think it's like Halo Reach still to this date though is like the best Forge mode in all of Halo.
I don't know. 5 was pretty extensive.
I didn't feel like there was enough for the imagination in Halo 5 though.
The hell are you talking about?
I didn't feel it, like I did with Halo Reach. I just didn't do it. I'm sorry.
You had a shit ton more freedom in 5 than you did with Reach.
I felt like I couldn't create as much freedom. Like, even though Reach didn't have as much.
You could weld things onto vehicles. What are you talking about?
You could do that in Halo Reach. There's a whole game mode in creative called Zombie Plow. Because you could weld fucking ramps onto mongooses and warthogs and just run in an infected game mode and run everybody over and watch them ramp over you and fly across the map. It was
I've seen something similar to that on PC. I don't remember seeing that in Reach. Definitely not on console.
No, it happened on console because we did it. We did it a lot.
I don't know. That sounds a bit far-fetched to me. I'm not saying it's impossible, just
Ares,
not in my
Halo 3 had the Mythic DLC, and which released Sandbox, and Halo eventually Bungie released a version of Sandbox with nothing on it. It was an empty map. And that's actually how people found out that there was a whole nother room under Sandbox. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And nobody knew about that until Forge came out for Halo with the Mythic release. Nobody knew that map had a whole nother room under it.
Well, I mean, a lot of games have areas like that, especially the older ones before. Before online updates and a game actually had to be finished before it was shipped out.
But I mean, we're talking about a strictly multiplayer map that just. Oh, here's a room, by the way, everybody, that's been hiding under your gameplay this whole time for months.
Yeah.
It was great. I remember doing that.
I mean, hell, even Elder Scrolls had shit like that.
But not multiplayer based. Sandbox was just a multiplayer map that people played on for months.
Okay, here's what I'm getting at. If it's just a map, I don't see the difference between it being a multiplayer or single-player map. We're talking about just the map itself.
Right. But the thing with Sandbox, it was such a huge map to begin with. And then you have a whole nother room under that is the same size of the map that you originally played on. That didn't happen a lot in multiplayer maps. If there was a secret room somewhere, it was smaller and had an Easter egg in it. This was just a whole nother playable area that they intentionally put there for you to find out. It wasn't just, oh, hey,
I don't think it was
this is
necessarily.
a secret. It was more of
I don't think it was necessarily put there for you to find out. I'm pretty sure it was just there as like a resource saving type of deal. Like, how do I put this? A place to load in objects in waiting.
but it wasn't though. It was
No,
intended
no, no.
for
I
Forge.
just mean that's what it could be used
Right.
for if it's not accessible and
Right.
not actually part of
No,
it.
you
until a
actually,
much
like,
later
as I
release,
remember
'cause
the room.
You can adjust that in a later release to have a different purpose.
Yeah, but no, I remember the way we found it. At least me and my friends, the way we found it was completely by accident. It was before they released Sandbox as an empty map. As we were going through deleting all the fucking objects in the map, so we can actually start building.
Mm.
We still saw that there, how it has a little money bar to show how much you've spent in objects and stuff like that, to show how much you have left and how much room you can still use.
I don't remember that, but I trust you.
They've done it through all forges to let you know how much room you still have left. I think the only time they didn't do it was in Halo Reach and Forge World because Forge World was so huge.
Well, I don't remember being there in 5, and I messed around some in 5, and I messed around in some in Reach, and obviously, like you said, it wasn't there. So
But there was still that amount, that small fraction that we still couldn't get rid of, and we're like, no, we deleted everything. Where is this at? And so we're in there, we're clicking on the floor. Maybe we missed a spawn point that's still active somewhere, or anything like that. And a buddy of mine goes through, and he goes directly down the middle of the map, and then it's just hitting the delete button, spamming it, and then it just goes away. He's like, what the fuck? And he turns around, he looks, and then you know how hard for the monitor is to control sometimes. As he's flying at the bottom of the map, he just drops and gets stuck. And he looks down, and he goes, there's a hole! There's a hole! What the fuck do you mean there's a hole? There's a hole!
well, he was excited. He was a horny teenager.
Fair enough. Well, we did. We find this hole, and we look down, and there is this huge place. And that's where we started making Griffball maps. Was in that box under the map.
I mean, that's a good place to do it.
Oh,
You've
fuck yeah, it is.
got built-in walls.
Yeah. And then, God, did you ever skull hunt in Halo 3 at all?
Not very much.
No. God. The fact that they placed a skull in that map, specifically the only way you can actually get to this skull is by using Forge Mode. Because if you exit it outside the boundaries of the map, the Guardians can kill you, and you get blasted by the Guardians. Was what we called the Guardians of the map. We always called them the Guardians. And you actually had to use Forge Mode, either A, make a tunnel, or had somebody follow you with a block to shield you from the blasts, to get to the edge of the map to pick up this skull. There was one on each map of the Mythic DLC. But this one was specifically the hardest because you had to use Forge Mode to get it. There was no other way.
Ali says it sounds like you're talking from across the room. Was your mic muted?
No, my mic's off.
Why is your mic off? It came unplugged.
Thing fell off. I'm back.
Hang the cable, dude.
I'll hang your cable.
No, you won't.
There, we're back. I'm sorry. At least everybody heard me. I'm not repeating myself. But that was the only way you could get that skull. And if I can remember right, I think it was Black Eye. I think. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
See, now, that's pretty fucking dumb if that's true. Because that's one of the default skulls. Now, if it was a flare skull, like I would have been your daddy or Grunt birthday, something like that, then I can understand that because those don't really mean anything. But one of the default skulls that you actually get achievements for and shit like that, putting it in that kind of area, that just seems dumb to me.
And it was part of the Mythic map pack, which was Sandbox, Solace, I don't remember what the other one was.
I mean, I don't think it really matters which map it was. Not at this point, anyway.
No, but now I'm gonna get hung up on it.
Oh my god. So I guess since we've gone this far into Halo already, I guess we'll be starting with that one, with the videos.
Yeah, why not?
Even though it's at the bottom of the list.
Okay, Longshore, Assembly, Orbital, Heretic, Citadel, and Sandbox. Yeah, those were the mythic maps.
Okay.
God. And Sandbox was the only one that could be that could get acquired by forging a tunnel to it. Other than that, the maps, because I think Sandbox is on the Master Chief Collection, isn't it? I doubt the skull's still there.
I have no idea.
I highly doubt the skull's still there. We'll do that. I'll run you through it sometime.
Well, I don't think you... Yeah, you don't have to find the skulls
No.
on Master Chief Collection.
It would still be cool to keep them there. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can, if
Oh.
memory serves. Fuck. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was playing Reach on MCC, and I think they picked up a skull. So I'm pretty sure they're still on the map, but you don't have to unlock them that way.
Yeah. I mean, there's still achievements for finding the skulls on Halo 3.
It's like they kept it there just for the experience.
Yeah.
Which I get.
So then in that case, then if we go into Forge mode on Sandbox, we'll still be able to get the skull. Because that was the only time it spawned was in Forge mode.
Well, I don't know, because that's not the same as campaign.
That's true. And that was the only way it spawned was if you were in Forge mode. Other than that, the other ones for the Mythic Map Pack, you actually could pick them up during a multiplayer match. Whether it be custom games or online, it spawned. And it used to piss me off when I got killed by a skull. It's like, there's no skulls in the way. Yeah, that's right. This is a mythic map, isn't it? It sucked. But speaking of Forge mode, for all you Halo players out there that are listening, I know we're all upset with 343 and Halo 6 right now. I get it. I understand. I'm right there with you. If you haven't noticed...
I'm not even going to call it Halo 6. I'll call it what they call it, Halo Infinite. It's not a numbered title.
That's
It's
fair.
basically not canon.
However, as you can tell, I haven't been playing it, but I will be playing it again soon because Halo Infinite Forge mode is coming out.
And supposedly co-op campaign, but I'm not holding my fucking breath on
Yeah.
that one either.
They just ended the flight for that, but we'll see. But I'm excited because we've got gameplay of the new Forge, and if it is in depth as it looks already and it's not even finished, then I'm excited because we have yet to have a Forge mode this in depth. Somebody had recreated one of the older maps.
I'm just saying, 5 was pretty close.
I know.
You should see the things that people managed to build.
But if we could, somebody created an older map, Halo 2 map, and it looks with all the things that you could use from sandbags to adding extra dirt to just not extra dirt, extra terrain.
It's basically a dev kit light.
Yeah, but it looks so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Does anybody want to watch it? Because it's too bad we're going to watch it anyway. I can't reach it. I don't know which one it is.
Well, what it is a YouTube version of a Twitch stream time-lapsed for this build. Like I said, it's all the way at the bottom. This right here. And the videos are fucking auto-playing. That's fantastic, even though
That's
it's
okay.
not to do that.
This looks so cool. I'm hoping it's this in depth when it releases. I really am.
He looks like he's just building it over that one map that nobody other than him seems to
Wait, which map is that?
What's it fucking called?
It's one of the big team battles.
So it's in the lower part, you've got sides, you've got a mongoose and a banshee.
Yeah.
Or not a mongoose,
No, this looks different. Just look at the.
it's way above it.
Oh.
built this up in the sky.
My wife is calling.
My mic is not muted. Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, the foliage, the effects. Looks like you can add different light boxes to increase the effects. Actually looks like he's going into some kind of jungle or rainforest. So it's pretty extensive. They added a lot to this. The mouse is also really far away, and if I move, you'll get back a lot. So I can't stop it right now. There's seemingly no limit on what you can add. Although, to be fair, you'd probably want to keep it pretty light, just for resource management on your hardware. Because, you know, the last thing you want is to build a map and it be a laggy, bugged out mess that you know, becomes unplayable. But I haven't seen any build so far that would actually test the limits of that, so I don't know what we're working with here. That's the other side. Oh yeah, that's right. Halo 5 doesn't. Which was an interesting choice, but it was the first one on that generation of hardware. So I kind of get what they were going for. They wanted quality over performance in a way. So it was heavily campaign focused, but there was still this emphasis on like teamwork and cooperation, with you actually leading the team and telling them where to go and that kind of thing. Even from like a teammate perspective, not the leader, you'd still be able to call things out, communicate, try to help, that kind of thing. So it was weird how the focus seemed to be on the campaign, on playing your own.
I got lunch.
But that's fine. But still having it be at least half focused on co-op, though you couldn't play co-op on the same screen or the same console.
Do what? What are we talking about?
Halo 5.
Oh. Oh, Ares was playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, righty. I'm back.
So it was a good idea, just bad execution, I guess, you know?
Could have been worse.
True, yeah. It could be Halo Infinite.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm excited
That
for Forge.
motherfucking game is definitely not going to have split screen co-op.
No. It won't.
I mean, hell, it doesn't even make sense that they're releasing co-op for this game, period. Because
it's open world.
it's not just that. Think about it for a second. In Halo 1, there was co-op, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
But it was the introduction to the game. So, okay, have some co-op for playing this game the first time. Gotcha. Halo 2, you've got the Arbiter's story. So, you've got two main characters that you're focusing on.
Yeah.
You want to play co-op? Okay, to a point, that makes sense. Like, to a point. Halo 3 definitely makes sense for co-op because you're there with the Arbiter. Halo 4, that's where it kind of loses me, because now you're on this story where it's just Master Chief on his own. And that's not even counting games like Reach or ODST, because those are built for co-op and teamwork and that kind of thing. It's literally about...
As far as Reach goes, I didn't like it. The co-op aspect. Granted, I enjoyed being able to play the campaign with my friends.
But it made sense, is what I'm saying.
Not story-wise.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. There's only 6 members to Noble Team.
Okay, but Noble Team works together. They are a team.
I get that, but there's only...
Rarely are you on a mission by yourself. There's always somebody there, whether it be the whole team or just 1 or 2 others. So the co-op makes perfect sense in that game. Then you get to Halo 5, like I said.
Yeah.
Many people. But Infinite, your only people that you interact with, other than, I don't know, I guess dying Spartans or Marines or whatever, the only people on your side are the pilot, whose name I can never remember.
I don't remember.
Let's just call him Pablo, because that's the name of Master Chief in the series, and it sounds like it's Latino. Maybe that's slightly racist, I don't care, but the character in the game is Latino, so it works for me. And not Cortana.
Oh, yeah, not Cortana.
So unless the co-op consists of Master Chief and playing as one of them, then the co-op cannot happen. Are you sure?
Yeah. Fair.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not to mention
cheeseburger.
The way they built the game in the first place, with how you go around in the open world finding upgrades and shit. Who's gonna get the upgrades? You got to split those with your partner, or are they...
Especially since it's skill tree based.
Right, or are they doubling that shit on the map specifically for co-op? You got to go to even more places to find upgrades for everyone else? Or are they just going to add more in the area that you find them? Because that makes sense. I'm going to rip this thing out of a single Spartan's helmet, break it in half, and give one to my co-op partner. Hey,
there
game.
You go, buddy. We're splitting the donut.
Yeah, no. Hey, game. Fuck off. That makes no sense.
Yes, it does show your pods side by side.
Well, yeah. But that was also the implication that Master Chief was not the first, or not necessarily not the first, but not the only Spartan.
Yeah.
And at the time, he definitely wasn't.
Just most of them were dead or
not
on other missions.
But still, I thought that was pretty smart when you first get into the first game and seeing that.
Oh, that was good. I'm doing my happy dance because I got food.
I mean, in a way, you could kind of think of it this way. Playing through Halo 1 single player is the OG story. Playing through Halo 1 multiplayer is the Hollywood remake. It follows the same story with a slightly different beat because you've got a partner with you.
That makes sense. I can agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. Good morning, streamer.
Hello.
Streamer. It's afternoon, by the way. Oh, bless you.
Yeah, it's not 2 o'clock yet. It's not afternoon for him. It's like 11:30.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, that's good, Dr. Pepper.
Mine too.
Dr. Pepper through our bloods. Da, 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 da.
Dr. Pepper is my blood.
But no, I'm excited for Forge. I'm definitely going to be.
Oh, I was off by 1 minute.
Whether it be.
It becomes a buddy cop film. Exactly. Aries, you hit it right on the nose.
But no, I'm excited for this new Forge. I don't think I'll stream it. I don't see a point to. But with the Griffball tournament coming around the corner, I think it'd be a great time for me and you get together and make new maps and kind of just start playing on. Because, I mean, not granted, yeah, everybody should have the Master Chief Collection with Halo 5 or Halo 4 and whatever, but...
Well, the thing is, Master Chief Collection takes up a shitload of your hard drive. That's why I went with Halo 5 instead.
Right.
If you have Game Pass, you already have 5. So
True.
It's not like you have to pay for it. Plus, it takes up less space and, the accessibility of it. Couple that with the fact that, it's got more customization when it comes to the Forge mode itself. So what I'm doing is I'm taking popular maps made with different themes, everything from Ocarina of Time to Quidditch and Harry Potter. And I'm adjusting the colors to be blue and green instead of red and blue.
Yeah.
Or red and whatever. Because sometimes they're like purple and pink. So I'm adjusting all that shit so it can be our theme, and then we'll assign the teams, green to blue or whatever when the time comes. But I also want to give credit with each map to the original creators. Give them shout outs whenever I can.
Shalalala.
Make sure they know their work is appreciated.
Give them some shalalala. They're going to get all the shalalala.
But if we can end up turning this into like an annual thing or a biannual thing, then we can get more people involved. If people want to make specific maps once Infinite's multiplayer Forge mode comes out, then
definitely. It's still one of those things. It gives a little bit more. What's the word? I'm looking for a word, and words are hard. I'm done. Nope.
Still making that GoFundMe campaign for his dictionary collection. One day we will teach this man the language he speaks.
Gotta get that Harry Potter podcast off the ground. Well, Aries, I'm glad you're here today, by the way, because we've got something I think you'd be interested in.
I also, at some point, will have a job for everyone today. Everyone who has a Twitter account, at least.
Oh. Words are very hard. Why, what's the job?
That thing I told you about that has to do with Atria.
I don't remember. I've drank since then. Actually, I drank last night.
You'll remember when it comes to it.
Okay, fair enough.
If we can get a few more people in here, I will get on that, and then we can get that out of the way.
Oh, but no, Aries, we're here for you. We have something for you. I think that you'd be very, very interested.
What's that?
D&D.
Oh, that's true.
Dungeons and Dragons and stuff goes wild. Now, something that me and you are probably going to nitpick the fuck out of, Aries. Just saying. Because that's just what we do. But if everybody's ready, we're going to move on to the trailer for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Honor Among Thieves.
Which I am actually excited for. It looks really, really good.
That's the problem, though, is the trailer looks really fucking good.
It looks so good. Again, I could nitpick at it all day, but,
I'll put it this way. The trailer looks like if the early 2000s D&D movie were made by Wizards of the Coast when they were in their prime. With today's effects. That's what it looks like.
I'm just scared that this is going to end up like a like the WoW movie, where everything looked amazing. It was just a shit fucking movie.
Well, they tried to do too much at once. They didn't want to focus on any singular character, so they threw as many of them in as they could, and
there's an easy way to do it with Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Dungeons and Dragons is so open-sourced when it comes to characters and things like that, because, yeah, granted, there's a base story to D&D that you can follow.
Yeah, but you don't have to go over the backstory of the different factions and shit like that.
Like, you can easily say, well, I want to make, what if I want this faction that's already established to be something completely different because it fits a similar narrative that I have in mind? You can do that with D&D. But here's a problem that still comes to mind. You can easily stray too far, especially with a movie. Because one branch leads to another branch to another, and, I mean, it's...
The problem is much bigger than that. Because you have to make this movie to appeal to audiences outside of just D&D's player base. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're not going to make very much money. So what you do is you have to build in explainers for everything, but make it entertaining and engaging enough that people don't just zone out for the entire thing and never watch this movie again. And that's what happened with WoW.
Yeah.
So, with it being D&D, you don't really have to explain any of that shit. All you have to do is, in one way or another, just give a through-line explanation of who these specific characters are, where they come from, and make it fit the story. That's it.
And that's fair. It's just, but still, it leads to a whole mess of problems where, you could with D&D, because it's so open source, with every player's imagination. I could see something come up in the movie, and it's like, well, they could have easily just done this, or, because it's so dice based. Like, what if that doesn't make sense? Oh, he was able to. There's a mimic in the trailer. That. Yeah. How are you gonna dodge him? I'm sorry. Even at a level 20, it's still hard to fucking dodge a mimic because not only do you have to have the stats to do so, but you also still have to roll. You can have great stats and still roll a 1.
But you got to remember, this is not only Wizards of the Coast. This is modern Hollywood, and the Barbarian is Michelle Rodriguez.
I'm okay with this.
They're not going to let her get hit by a mimic.
I'm still okay with this.
I'm just saying. I am kind of pissed that we didn't see a Beholder at all. Like, come on. Give me one Beholder. This is a D&D property. I just need one. Show it to me.
Yeah, I mean, even areas like you're right. We've even in the short campaigns that we've played, it's been fabulous enough playing where it's like, why isn't this a TV show? Or why? And that's another thing. I think it should be a TV show. I honestly do. I don't think that I don't think D&D is really movie appropriate. Is the best way to put it.
Do you know why it won't be a TV show?
Because there's too much money. There'd be too much money to put into it. It'd be too expensive.
Sort of. Because they signed Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, and Justice fucking Smith. Oh, and Hugh Grant. But you're not going to get them for a fucking TV show because you can't pay them that amount of money for that amount of time when this is the first.
Hugh Grant usually does TV shows.
When this is the first installment of your franchise. Not in tandem with the rest of them.
That's fair.
He becomes way too expensive then.
That's fair. That would have been so fucking awesome. A 5E Star Wars television show or a movie, and that whole chase scene against Mantuna would have been hilarious.
My God.
So we were, just to put it into context for everybody, Ares is our dungeon master for most of our D&D games, whether it be Star Wars 5E or just D&D. And we've been playing Star Wars, which we've got to get back into doing that. And I am a bounty hunter that was contracted by somebody named Mantuna, who ended up betraying myself and a couple other people. And I ended up meeting up with him and he wanted to meet up with me. And so I decided, no, fuck that. I'm going to kill him.
Hey, Moon, I just saw your chat. Are you okay?
And there was a huge ass chasing. It was great. We need to do that again. That was so fun. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get back into Star Wars. Wow. All right, but let's watch this trailer.
First you said that your work Wi-Fi just took a shit, so I thought, okay, she's at work. And then you said that you drink a whole ass bottle of wine by yourself right now. I'm like, hold on. Wait, what? The first one is the trailer. The second one is something else.
Okay.
So you want to go ahead with the trailer?
We'll go ahead with the trailer.
Okay, click it. Where is it? Click the circle arrow. That is not...
That's not it.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? God damn it. OBS, why do you suck?
Yeah, that's not it. That is not it at all. Just watch this movie. Trailer. Just watch the trailer.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
I fixed it.
Truth be told,
That was my bad.
We're restarting it.
Okay, that's fair, man. I just
here's
wanted
the
to
thing.
check.
We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
We'll nitpick after the movie.
Truth be told,
Well,
we
I
hope
mean, it's
the wrong
copyrighted
person
music. You can't
steals the
just
wrong
like...
thing.
Oh, well, that's fair. So tell me why an ice dragon that breathes ice
Evil the world has ever
leaves
known.
scorch marks. I just don't understand that.
Fix it.
Because
Fuck Hollywood. Okay, look, listen, sir. That is not how that works. Like, at all.
Give us a fighting chance.
I'm trying to be sure.
I know you don't.
Copyright music.
We also need courage, magic, and you. What is that again? It's an owlbear.
Which was an interesting choice.
Very.
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
My question
This
is
one's
what level
dangerous.
is it?
But whatever happens,
Like, are they going to implement leveling in the movie?
we'll be ready.
Sure.
But I mean, given Michelle Rodriguez's reaction time, she has to be at a higher level.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Of course it's relevant. You're a fucking
Him
bard.
Him playing a bard is so awesome.
The only thing you need is a charisma stat. I mean, come on.
Kinda. That is pretty cool. No, I just think it'd been so awesome to implement dice rolling in this movie.
No, they're
Like
not
they
gonna do that.
carry around a D20 in their pocket and just roll in their hand, and then it happens. You know, I'm sorry, it would be so funny.
There may be a dice somewhere, or a die, I guess, somewhere in the movie. Shut up. But it will most likely just be an Easter egg because this is supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be in story, not out
I
of story.
get it.
Now, maybe when the story starts, at the very beginning of the movie, you'll see a dungeon master start talking, and it'll be really campy and really weird,
That would be cool.
and then you'll get into the movie.
Like it's just the
Like
dungeon
it's
master
Princess
telling you the
Bride.
story. Yeah. And they're actually just showing the campaign that's. Yeah.
And I'll bet you if they do it, it would be Matt Mercer. He
You
does
really
Critical Role.
That's fair. But there's other D&D podcasts.
To be fair,
out
to be
there
fair,
that
to the
they
people
could
who watch
use.
Critical Role, yes, I know they have a different person as their DM. But if they were going to go this route, it would be Matt Mercer. He's the most recognizable.
Why not Will Wheaton?
Because fuck Will Wheaton.
But he's such a huge
'Cause
D&D
fuck Will
player.
Wheaton. That's why not Will Wheaton. Fuck that guy.
What is your problem with Will Wheaton?
Not something I can talk about on the podcast.
That's fair.
But to summarize, fuck that guy.
Yes, the Bard memes are gonna be fucking great. I could see them poking fun so much. I hope he fucks a dragon. I'm just saying.
Why?
Why not? Or at least try to seduce it.
No, see, the thing is, they probably wouldn't go that far. He would end up having sex with the druid while she was transformed into the owlbear. So while she's wild,
There you go. Yeah.
he would still be able to charm her.
Because Cass says so. I don't know who he is. You don't know who Will Wheaton is?
No, that's fine. That's fine. You don't need to know who Will Wheaton is.
You know, though, what would be really great, and they have to do this in this movie, or I'm never going to watch it. I'm never going to give it credit. They have to attack the darkness.
I can't even with you.
They have to. 20-1, though, it's going to show up in the movie as an Easter egg. Somewhere along the line.
Probably.
Even if it's like a group of, wanderers or adventurers that are in the background as they're walking through a pub. They're like, yeah, man, I use magic missile and I attack the darkness. I could see so many Easter eggs that they're going to put in this fucking movie. There's so much potential. And on that alone is why I want to see this. Just to hear all the references they use. From just regular D&D pop culture or straight from D&D itself. They better use the most popular references or it's not going to be worth it.
See, now, I think it'd be really funny if somewhere during that story you had a really, really stupid rogue who rushed into a fight and his name was Leroy.
That's a WoW reference, though.
Yeah, but it's for the gamers. It would still make sense in context.
Be Leroy Jenkins!
I hope that meme never dies. It almost did.
I
It
seduced the
almost
door.
did, but it survived.
It's funny he mentioned seducing a door. Is that when I first started playing D&D with a group of kids in high school, one of the guys wanted to seduce what we thought was an inanimate object. Just because it was either I don't remember if it was like it was a drawer. And the drawer was locked on this desk. And he wanted to seduce the lock. Well, come to find out, we're glad that he did that because he ended up seducing a mimic in the process and saved our asses.
I mean, I guess that works.
No, it's a fucking door. Oh, shit. I'm so ready for this movie, though. Again, I could nitpick at it all day, the trailer alone, just off of D&D lores and with the player handbook and just skim through it with a fine-tooth comb. But I'm going to take it at face value of what it is, which is a movie. I will be watching it just to give it a chance. Now, I'm not going to confirm nor deny if I will pay for the movie, because it's Paramount.
Right. That's the big problem with Paramount is that they're so goddamn inconsistent.
Yes.
It's like either make good shit or fucking go along with all this political bullshit that you have to throw into everything because someone said so and just go down that rabbit hole.
They got
but
those
choose
tongues.
one so I know whether to pay money to you or not.
Yeah. They got those tongues, Aries.
Jesus Christ.
I hope that gets recorded as a soundbite.
You got issues, man.
We all do. It's okay. That's why we're friends.
Fair.
I'm just saying.
So am I.
That's a great statement, streamer. It's a very good statement.
I can't help but feel like this movie is bait and switch.
That's just, I don't think Paramount's going to change. Ever. It's like EA on steroids.
No. Because Paramount doesn't make you pay to watch the next scene.
That's fair. That's fair. Watch, we're going to go to a movie theater now, watch a Paramount movie, and they're going to stop the movie just like right at the cliffhanger or some shit, and then your fucking movie attendant's going to start coming down the line asking for your money for a microtransaction to see the next scene.
I mean, that's the beauty of EA games, is that they mainly just make sports games now. So, like, no one's going to watch that. You've already got weekly sports on TV. So EA can go fuck themselves on the movie side. But on the other hand, if memory serves, they still own Dead Space.
Yes, and they own...
Which is why the creators of Dead Space abandoned Dead Space.
Star Wars and...
No, they only have the video game rights to Star Wars.
That's true.
And it's limited.
We got... By the way, I forgot. Right before you showed up, I was watching a new trailer for... The developers of Dead Space are making that new game.
Yeah, the Callisto Protocol.
Yes. So they just released a very, very short trailer for that. It's one of Sony's trailers. Because I guess, of course, PlayStation's getting some kind of exclusive with this game, unfortunately. Something out of it is going to be PlayStation exclusive.
Sony. Go figure.
Whether it be a cosmetic or something for like a Sony pre-order, they're going to get it. Granted, we get day one release on Xbox Game Pass. Yay! I'm so excited for that, by the way. But it was a very short trailer, and it was a different actor. It wasn't who we've seen. The black guy that we've been normally seeing in the trailers. It wasn't him. It was somebody else.
That's not the main character of the game.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
He's just there for the trailer.
Oh, okay.
In the extended first actual trailer that we get, not teaser, the full trailer, the one that we got at the Summer Game Show.
Yeah.
It shows how he dies.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm excited.
That's supposedly at the beginning of whatever outbreak this is with the either alien or demon or whatever is controlling everything. I'm not really sure.
What is this? We ready to move on to this?
Yes.
I have no idea.
It's still D&D. Click on that, and then you go to Chrome and open up the page. And as you scroll here, it'll scroll there. Right. So, no, that won't even show up on the screen. I've cropped it to where it's just the article.
So what are we looking at?
This, if you scroll down, it's going to show you these images. And thanks to some of these images, you can actually tell specifically what class everyone is.
Okay.
Because when it shows their names, it has a symbol next to it for that class. So it was rumored that Chris Pine would be a bard. We were pretty sure he was a bard after watching the trailer, but after seeing these images, it is plainly fucking
That's
obvious
fucking
that yes,
great.
he's definitely a bard. Because I thought he might be a rogue.
It's the kind of person he is outside of
Well,
movies.
I just mean the archetype that he always gets cast into. I thought he was going to be a rogue.
That's fair, but like this fits his IRL personality though.
Yeah, I get that.
So freaking well.
I get that.
Because even like in the Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian, yeah, he comes off as this rogue characteristic person as the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
He still, you can tell he's fighting back to be a comedian and to be funny and to be outgoing, and this fits him so well, even in the Santa Clarita
I was
Diet.
thinking more like Wonder Woman or Star Trek.
Yeah. That's what I love about him. Like when he plays the husband in the Santa Clarita Diet, and I fucking love that show.
I still haven't watched that one
You
yet.
should.
It's on my list of things to watch. So like there, you see it says
Yeah.
Chris Pine and has the loot. Then Michelle Rodriguez, obviously Barbarian. There was no doubt about that one.
No.
I mean, if you're gonna have Michelle Rodriguez in a D&D film,
She got some muscle in
Yeah,
this
she does.
movie. Holy shit, look at them.
and that's real. That's not CGI. Like
I
they do for
know.
some people. And then this guy, whose first name I have no idea how to say.
Raji?
I'm not even gonna try.
Raji Jean?
I'm sure mispronouncing it.
Never seen him before.
I'm sure mispronouncing it means something offensive in some language. So, there you go, Twitch. I'm just not even gonna try.
He looks
He's a
good.
paladin. Not even sure if he's gonna be necessarily a good guy. He could be the one that turns heel. And then obviously Justice Smith as the sorcerer.
That's fitting, though.
Eh. I wouldn't have cast him as half elf though.
Because she has wares.
And there. This is the one that I wasn't quite sure about. Because she transforms into the owlbear. But after doing a bit more research, because I haven't played too much D&D. I know what I know, but what I know
Right.
is kind of limited. But yeah, she's definitely a druid. And then Hugh Grant there is
So
the rogue.
I was looking more into this. She has to have a cross class.
Not necessarily. It's the way druids connect to nature.
I get that, but an owlbear's a little. She's got to have something else going for her. As far as her
I don't know.
Hugh Grant, I don't
He got old.
see him being a rogue at his age.
I kind of do.
I don't.
I kind of do.
He's not gonna be as limber.
Well, he doesn't necessarily need to be.
Rijay Jean. I don't know. Still not gonna attempt it. The fuck is on his face?
I have no idea. Well, this is other stuff now.
Fantasy films that
This
never
is
got
other stuff now.
sequels.
We don't need this. Don't keep scrolling. Just go
The
back.
Princess Bride.
How would you even write a fucking sequel to The Princess Bride?
Shit. I hit the wrong thing. I need that.
So we're just leaving that up.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, well. You piece of shit. There we go. That way everybody can see that.
Dungeons and Dragons, the babysitter honor among thieves. You see how you left it?
Do what?
Or it's more like Dungeons and Dragons and the babysitter.
Fuck it. So Aries says, I believe there is technically only one druid subclass capable of turning into an owlbear, but rule of cool, as DM, I could allow it after working towards it. So that's fair, but from a movie aspect,
But
where I'm
it's
sure
still
they're
the
just
druid
using
class.
bases,
It's still the druid class, which is the important thing.
I still think it's dumb. I think it's very dumb. Cool,
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
dumb. Cool, but dumb.
I tell you what, though, with as many indie properties as are getting like big screen shit, I mean, just take a look at Ark, which started as an indie project that went, basically went platinum,
Yeah.
and now it's a TV show, and it's gonna be a fucking movie, at least one movie.
Don't make me think about it, because I was a Dungeons and Dragons fan when Dungeons and Dragons wasn't a big thing. And it's
Well-
kind of like anime. You know, when we were kids, we watched anime, but it wasn't cool at the time. And now that it's
Right.
cool, it makes me feel like now being a weeb is the cool thing, and it's like, fuck me. Why? Don't ruin my childhood by making childhood stupid.
Well, the problem is that it's not necessarily that it was uncool to watch it at the time. It's that it wasn't pop culture. Because when things become pop culture, then it's got this... How should I put this? It's like everyone else has a license to just do whatever they want with it. Which is where we get fucking One Piece, Naruto, other fucking live-action movies. I don't think that Naruto one actually got made, though.
No.
I think it's still being negotiated.
I haven't even seen a One Piece movie yet.
It's not out yet, but they're filming it.
Fucking lame.
Like, they're way past casting and scripting. They're fucking making it right now.
Fucking lame.
And then Yu Yu Hakusho, of course. Give it time, we'll have Inuyasha. They're going to ruin every bit of our childhood.
Exactly.
Then DBZ's been tried.
But I've been wanting a live-action DBZ film since I was a kid.
But what I was getting at was, I'm holding out a little bit of hope that maybe these studios will notice games like Exalted. I want to see that.
That would be
into a
cool.
movie.
That would be really cool.
Because the whole thing is about, these characters, they accomplish some feat in their life which causes them to exalt, and that's where they become playable heroes. Whereas in D&D, you can be just basically anybody.
Hey, Aries, I get that. I do. I just don't like it.
Like, we could have eventually an Avengers-level team-up with an Exalted series.
That would
You could go through the backstories of, like, 4 characters in their own specific movies through them exalting, and then have them team up to fight some greater force. And even interconnect their backstories to where it's this one thing that's causing all this shit to happen for these feats that they have to accomplish.
That's fair.
I would really love
That would
that.
be super fucking cool. That just brings... Are we going to get a Warhammer movie? Because I know there was talks about it.
So far as I know, it's still just talks.
There's been talks about for years then.
I don't think any screenplay or script has ever fully been decided on. So it's mainly just pitching the idea to studio after studio.
That's...
Just with general knowledge about what Warhammer 40k is about.
Yeah. But it would still be so cool.
It would.
Because you don't even need... Like, with Warhammer, the great thing about it is you can follow the generic backstory of it.
Well, no, it goes further than that. The beautiful thing about Warhammer is that it's modern politics proof.
Exactly.
If you add any modern politics to this story, it is
ruin
not
it.
Warhammer 40k at all.
Because it's mostly religious. Well, this whole...
It's like a warrior religion.
Yeah. And the fact, like, most of the fucking ships are powered by
who's your favorite
souls.
chaos god?
But I think it would be cool. I think it would be like... I don't know, were you ever a fan of Starship Troopers?
Yes.
That is what I would like to see out of Warhammer.
Well, okay, the thing about Starship Troopers, though, especially when it comes to the movies, is that they're basically action movie parodies. They're more fun than they are anything else.
Well, I mean, like, all the animated stuff that's coming out of Starship Troopers has been really fucking cool. Just the major the big battles that they have and stuff like that. I could see stuff like that come out of a Warhammer movie, and I am excited.
Yeah, well, you know what you're not going to see in a Warhammer movie?
What?
Swinging dicks.
That's fair.
That's one thing that Warhammer will always have over Starship Troopers, is that you'll never have to watch swinging dicks.
Or...
The shitty part is, every time that Starship Troopers does that bullshit, it's always during an important scene where you actually need to be paying attention because it's some kind of world building or just other important shit that's being talked about. So you need to know what's going on.
Yeah, but there was no politics involved, Aries, and that was what the great thing about it was.
What, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Starship Troopers was entirely politics.
But it wasn't. It didn't get in the way of anything. You
Yes, it
didn't
did.
feel.
Yes, it did. It got in the way
I
constantly.
didn't feel it.
That was part of the point. Okay, so the first Starship Troopers scene, or movie, you got that scene where they're in the showers, right? They're
Yeah.
talking about the reasons why they enlisted.
That's fair.
One of them wanted to start a family, so they needed citizenship. And
That's true.
one of the easiest ways to do it was to serve. So they decided, I'll serve, I'll get out, I'll have citizenship, I'll be able to
I
have
feel like I'm gonna
kids.
sneeze.
It's a really, really important part.
That's fair. But no, I'm just the battle scenes would be really cool just to compare the two. If we can get a giant battle scene like we do in Starship Troopers.
Oh, dude. If you get a Warhammer 40K battle scene with modern effects
Would be
and
so
try to
fucking
put it up
dope.
against Starship Troopers, any of them, any scene from any time, Starship Troopers doesn't have a fucking
No,
chance.
it doesn't at all. I still think it'd be cool. Be the coolest.
Well, of course
fucking
it would
thing
be
ever.
cool.
It'd be the coolest fucking thing ever. Paramount could take my money. There goes the sad face.
I'm going to bar Paramount from ever being able to do anything with fucking Warhammer.
Good luck.
I'll find a way.
Oh, will you? You better get started.
As Jeff Goldblum once said, probably more than once, life will find a way.
You tried so hard. Have you been working on that impression?
No.
No.
I literally just came up with it.
What is this?
That one is the next one, which is Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, that's right.
Let's not click that yet,
Why not?
because I'll have to switch the fucking video. I'll bet you when you click it, it's going to play the Dungeons & Dragons trailer. Told you.
Hit the stop button.
Not the pause. Fuck it, whatever. I'll fix it in a second. Just leave it. Just leave it, because Shazam's going to do the same thing. There you go. There's your spoiler.
So I watched this trailer, though, the Interview with the Vampire.
Just no.
Hold on.
The problem is I like Jacob Anderson. He's a cool dude. He's got talent. Put him in shit where it makes sense for him to be there. Stop adjusting other shit just to justify stuff like this. He doesn't need this to further his
No,
career.
he doesn't.
He's already a great actor.
But my thing with it is that, so I'm just going to look at it from like a comparison point of view. So I watched the original a lot. It was one of my mom's favorite movies. Like when it came to movies in general, my mom had her top 3. Interview with the Vampire, Queen of the Damned, Lost Boys.
Makes sense.
All 3 vampire movies, and we watched them on repeat at least 6 times a week. Okay, so I've seen Interview with the Vampire many times. And just watching this trailer gave me the feeling that we're going to get more out of the story than we ever had before.
Well,
Well, at least on screen.
true, but here's the thing. What AMC did was they not only got the rights to Interview with the Vampire, they got the rights to the entire Vampire Chronicles and the lives of the word I can't remember witches,
Okay, fair
which
enough.
is the series that runs alongside, because they're all connected.
Yes. So that means we're probably going to get another Queen of the Damned movie.
Yes, they will. They will most likely be doing Interview with the Vampire, and then Vampire Lestat, and then Queen of the Damned, and then going over the witch's story.
So they're going to give Lestat his own fucking movie then.
That was the second book, was Vampire Lestat.
Okay, fair enough. Because all we got was Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, because see, I had it backward in my head too, where I thought Queen of the Damned and then Vampire Lestat, because I didn't actually read the books.
Yeah.
But no, Vampire Lestat's in the middle of it.
However, if they release another Queen of the Damned movie in any shape or form, I swear to God, if they do not get Korn in for the fucking music, I'm gonna be pissed.
They won't do it.
I would be
This is
pissed.
AMC we're
I will
talking
not
about.
watch it. I will not watch
Have
it.
you ever watched anything on AMC? They're not going to fucking do that.
I don't care. I will not watch it.
I don't know what to tell you.
I will not watch it. You can't just give 4 of the biggest songs in that fucking movie and just take them away because they don't want to pay Korn. That's not how that works.
Yeah, they can.
It's established.
They could very easily do that. They're Hollywood.
Fuck Hollywood.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Arno Dorian. Why does that name sound familiar?
I have no idea. I'm going to go get my juice. I'm fucking empty.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to Google this name because I definitely know that name. My phone is being slow. Oh, from Unity. Okay. I didn't play that one, but I still reading. Yeah, I didn't play that one, but I did get recommended part of the story on YouTube one time, and I decided to check it out. So that's why the name sounded familiar. And he's taking longer than I thought he would. There he is. It's so nice having a door.
Right? Oh, shit. Oh, did I tell you what happened the other night?
It depends. What happened the other night?
So, I'm streaming. You were streaming with me. I needed to go pee. I didn't think, hey, I should probably shut my bedroom door. I'm getting ready to pull my pants down. I look over and I see myself in the bathroom in my camera.
Smooth.
I say, whoopsies.
Jesus Christ, dude. I hope you deleted that VOD just in case.
Oh, I made sure there was like, because it was, I just unbuttoned and unzipped, and I look over and I'm like, should I shut? And I look and down there, nothing's out or anything. So I know I'm safe on Twitch, but I'm like, oh fuck, I should probably shut that. It was pretty bad.
Crispy starting a fight in the chat.
Of course.
I'd be a better assassin than you. How many people we got in right now, by the way? 9 people. You know what? That's good enough. Okay, so I have a job for everyone that has a Twitter account. It is really, really,
If you have a
really
Twitter
important.
account, listen up. It's very important.
And it's not about us. That's the thing. It's about someone that we want to help out. This is about Atria. So their new single did not pull the same numbers on YouTube for some reason. But I feel like part of the reason that is because of the Atria official page versus the Atria page.
Yes, because the Atria page is not even Atria. It's everything that says Atria.
Right. So
There's like 6 different bands on that page, by the way.
yeah, I know. So the Atria official page, since it doesn't get as much traffic generally, is pushed down in the algorithm versus the Atria page, which has all the other bands on it and gets more traffic because it has those other bands on it. What we need is people to share Atria's Hereafter single from YouTube on Twitch, and you're going to put at Alex Hefner. Let me make sure I've got that handle right. If he added anything
You have a
else
thing
to
I need
it.
to pull up?
Just a second. There you go. It's at Alex _ Hefner. ALEX _ HEFNER. Alex Hefner. Tweet it at him and get your friends to do it too. Anyone that you can get. Retweet this and retweet this and retweet this over and over. Get it to this dude because this dude is the best. He reviews metal music He started out by listening to hip hop and got so into metal that he started a reaction channel. It was kind of like, I'm just experimenting with this this form of music that I've never listened to, but people seem to like. So maybe I'll check it out. And he's great. He gives really fair and really well thought out criticisms.
I've gotten so many people listening to Hereafter, though.
It's still not pulling the same numbers.
Know,
and
sucks.
It's so undeserved, too, because it's such a great single. To me, this is the best song that they've come out with so far. It's radio quality already.
This is shared, right, completely?
Huh? This page? Yeah. Are you going to share it now? Oh, gotta love YouTube ads.
Right.
Twitch, it's not us, it's YouTube. It even It even says in the yellow ad right next to it. Here, tell you what, before you go further, let's go back. Let me do something real quick.
This is the page on YouTube you want to look for. Just saying. If it doesn't look like that, you're looking at the wrong one.
And you know what? Because this is so important, I'm putting it over the overlay.
Okay.
Now, if I could just have it to where this is not selected, there we go. And back to you doing your thing.
Accidentally flashing the camera, then bomb OnlyFans.
Jesus. Yeah, that's all you need. Just a fucking wardrobe malfunction to launch your OnlyFans career.
Right. But this is the page you need to be looking at. No other YouTube page that says Atria. This is the only Atria YouTube channel you should be at. It's the only one you should be subscribed to. Period. No fans or buts about it.
But, like, it's really weird. They're getting suppressed by themselves and other people.
Yeah.
All at once. So if people could just grab that link, tweet it to ALEX_HEFNER. Tell them whatever you want. Tell them to check it out. You can even tell them who sent you if you want to. Add whatever hashtag you want. Doesn't really matter.
Hashtag Off-traK.
But we need this shared around.
I'm gonna
We
make
need to
that a
help these
thing.
guys out. They've been nice enough to let us use their music for the entirety of this podcast so far, and I want to give something back.
It's worth it. Just the band themselves as human beings are great people in general. I mean, not just their music, but who they are. I think that they're gonna go far. If we can help them out, that'd be great. Just simple.
Just want to do what we can.
Just do the thing. Don't be a punk bitch about it.
Yeah, I told you it was the wrong thing. Give me a second.
Interview with the vampire. I don't know. I really am. Now that we're going back to this, I really hope that we get a lot out of this because there wasn't the original movie was so, how do I put it, pushed. It was fast paced, but this will actually show like the love connection that. Oh, forget his name now.
Lewis?
No,
Lestat?
the older vampire.
Hey, you know what?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Thanks, Good Pupper. What's up?
No, the older vampire. Because Lestat is a whole different story.
Hey, Good Pupper, did you just show up or did you hear what we were talking about with YouTube and Twitter? If you heard, then you already know. If not, then it's kind of important. I want to tell you. Anyways, continue.
But no, the what's his name? Brad Pitt played him in the original.
Lewis.
Was it Lewis? Okay.
Yeah.
Lewis had
Tom
this.
Cruise was Lestat,
Yeah.
and Brad Pitt was Lewis.
Okay,
you just showed up. I'm going to stop you for a second. So, Atria, we're trying to help them out. They've been nice enough to let us use their music for every episode of this podcast, and I want to give something back. What we want to do is have you go to YouTube, bring up their latest single, which is Hereafter, and share that on Twitter.
I am an adult.
I am an adult. So you share that on Twitter, and you'll tweet it at Alex Hefner. That's ALEX_HEFNER. Hefner. You can add whatever text you want. You can add whatever hashtag you want. Just make sure you tweet it at him. He is a metal music critic on YouTube. And I think Atria would really appreciate the exposure. So I want to help them out as much as I can. I know this is a great way to do it. Just need the right people to have their eyes on this song. If you can do that, I would be eternally grateful. Thank you very much. Anyways, as you were saying.
Lestat had this. It was more in the movie. You can tell, at least in the 1994 film, you could tell that Lestat had this. It felt more than just a parental love for Louis. Like straight on, Twitch don't ban me, gay love for Louis. There was not just because he wanted a partner in the world of the undead, but he generally fell in love with this guy. Like, he was jealous that Louis wanted a female mate. He was jealous that Louis wanted a daughter. He was jealous of all of it because he was truly in love with him. And from the trailer that I've seen, I think they're going to show more of that story. And I think what it was...
Most likely.
And I'm glad that they're doing it. It needed to be explained more.
It's more complicated than that.
Well, it's more okay to do it now today than it was back in 1994.
It was the 90s. It was definitely okay. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not in cinema.
Yes, in cinema.
God, no, it wasn't.
Yes, in cinema especially. As far wide-reaching as it could possibly get, the 90s were basically a jumping-off point for acceptance in media.
Never felt like it. Just saying.
Because they didn't shove it down your throat.
Okay, that's fair. But here, at least, we're
the
showing
90s
more of
did
that.
it right, where it was like, hey, these people exist, and we accept
He wanted
that.
to cross
Not,
things.
Hey,
exactly.
Hey, have you noticed? Have you noticed? Have
Right.
you noticed? These people, you need to notice. Watch. I'll hold your eyelids open for you.
Right.
We need to make sure that this is in your brain.
I get it.
That's
okay.
what the 2020s are.
I mean, that's fair. But for me, though, as far as this story alone goes, I felt like it wasn't really...
wanted to cross things.
He's just now reading chat.
Aries, you're the greatest.
I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't explored enough in the 1994 film.
Well, no. What I was gonna say was it's not as simple as he was just in gay love with Lewis.
Right, and that's why I'm
because
hoping.
Lestat's not gay or straight.
Right.
With Lestat, it was that he found a specific person, a specific being that he had that kind of connection with.
And now that he's undead, it's harder to get to that. And
well,
then he
no, not
asked for
necessarily.
it
It's that it was
returned, and-
unrequited. Lewis didn't have that connection with him.
That's fair. But in
That's where the
this, I
obsession
feel
came
like it was. I don't know how to really explain this without starting an argument, because I don't want to. It's not an argumental.
That's all right. Thanks for sticking around, Crispy.
It's not an argumental subject, really. It's just, hey, this is here. I felt like it needed to be explained more, or at least explored more, in the 1994 film, because it was such. It was there, but for me at least, growing up with the film, I didn't understand it back then as much as I do now. Mm-hmm. Now, rewatching it as an adult, I can actually tell that he wants to do more than just be his friend and be his partner in the undone world.
Well,
he wants to put his fangs in his asshole.
Maybe not specifically.
But, for people, I watched this in my teens where I was old enough to watch it and understand a little bit. But I feel like in today's age, it's now that it's a little bit more open. People my age watching this at the age that I was at.
That's why he turned him, but not why he wanted him.
Yeah. He wanted him, and I feel like it should have been explored a little bit more in the 1994 film. And from the trailer at least, I get a feeling that we're going to get that. And we're going to get that struggle between the two being, hey, I want to be your lover, and hey, that's not happening, my bro. Make this bitch a vampire for me. Oh, by the way, I want her to be my daughter. Just to prove my point that we're not fucking, my guy.
I don't know. Still, the whole storyline with Claudia ain't going to go over well.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't matter what adaptation it is. It doesn't matter if they decide to make Claudia black, or if they decide to make Claudia gay, or if they decide to make Claudia some kind of alien. It just doesn't matter.
No.
Because she's still a little girl. That it will not play well on screen. It didn't really
Not
play
today.
well in the 90s.
He definitely won't play well at all today.
I need an adult.
I am an adult. Didn't read the book.
I am an adult. Now, the book definitely doesn't explore it as much.
And actually, speaking of the books, because I looked up the cast for this, they talk about Grace. Now, Grace is supposed to be Lewis's little sister. I don't remember Lewis ever having a fucking sister.
I don't either. And if he did, it wasn't in the movie.
So apparently she's there. She has twin daughters.
Super Kami Guru allows this.
Yes, he does.
I'm not sure what that's in response to.
What's up, Prince? And yes, I'm glad your hoodie shipped. Fuck yeah. I'm excited. First merch sale. Merch sale.
He does have a sister?
Unless it was
the
explained
thing
more
is,
in the interview with Queen of the Damned.
I don't know. Because I didn't remember him having a sister, I looked it up, and I was trying to find her in, like, Wikipedia plot summaries or other people who had reviewed it, just anywhere I could try to find this person's name in the series.
And it wasn't there.
And I couldn't find it.
Nobody
would talk about whoever this was.
And that's the other thing that gets a little wild is that unless you read the books, and see, for the longest time, I didn't even know Queen of the Damned was a connection to Interview with the Vampire, or vice versa. Because I never read the books. I just watched the two movies.
My sister did. That's how I knew that Queen of the Damned was attached.
I got older, I want to say a few months before my mom passed away, we watched all the vampire movies together. And she goes, by the way, you know these two movies are connected. And I said, no, they're not. There's no fucking way. That's a different character. She goes, no, Lestat. And I'm like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. It's not just an interesting vampire name. It's the same dude.
Yeah. Played by two different characters, two different actors.
Of course.
And that's where I got the confusion. Because it's not Tom Cruise anymore.
There was no way they were going to get Tom Cruise back with the budget they had for Queen of the Damned.
God, no. No, there was no way. But it didn't. See, that's where I lost the connection. As a kid, that's where I lost the connection. And now that I'm older, it's like, fuck yeah, it's the same person. But still, the story plot, and again, if you don't read the books, the story connection doesn't make sense either. Because you've got Interview with the Vampire.
Yes, Ali, we talked about Vampire Lestat. It's okay. We know.
You've got Interview with a Vampire where Lestat ends up turning into this old wrinkly fuck because he's now considered a cast out. He's no longer actually feeding. He's kind of gone into depression near the end of the film. And then you get into Queen of the Damned where he's still quote-unquote young and strong and in one with him being a vampire with a group of other vampires. And it's like, well, what happened to him between these 2 points? And then you actually have to read the books to understand what is going on.
Right.
And I never read the books. But I'm glad we're getting a movie or movies to kind of connect them all a little bit better. And like I said, I think just by this trailer alone, which I promise we will get to eventually, I feel like we're going to get more in-depth story that we didn't get in the previous movies.
Well, I don't think I'm going to watch it.
I think I might. Because, you know what? I'm a content creator, and that's our fucking job, sir.
You can say that as many times as you want to. It's not going to change my opinions. We vote with our dollar. Our views are our dollar. It doesn't matter. Watching it at all is a view.
That's fair.
It improves their ratings, which in turn means money.
All right, we're going to watch it now. We're going to watch it.
Help me, please. He's in my head, Father.
The year was 1910. New Orleans.
What bugs me is I
You
don't
could
think this
say I
movie is going to
managed
take place in the
operate a
1700s.
Diversified portfolio
At any
of
point.
enterprises.
I'm pretty sure they're just going back to New Orleans.
That's, yeah, that would bug me.
I was being hunted.
It's kind of an issue. Because that looked like it was the first time
completely
they
unaware
met.
it was happening.
Well, I mean, they show many times over when he
I've been
gets
watching you
turned,
for some
and,
time now,
or
Louis.
Louis gets turned.
I can swap this life of shame.
I'm pretty sure Louis is supposed to be turned in the 1700s.
Yeah.
You just have to ask me for it.
Yeah, avert children eyes. Probably should have said that before.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
This is also kind of what I'm excited for too, is that they're gonna show the battle between humanity and the undead within him, which is another thing they didn't really show at all, but they talked about it in the previous movie.
Yeah. Also, Claudia looks too old.
Yeah.
You don't fear me, Louis. You fear yourself.
Then, of course, jumping forward to modern day.
Yeah.
Anything that can't be verified, I send to my researcher. So, how long have you been dead?
But no, the other thing is...
All right, Aries, I appreciate it. I'm gonna talk to Kaz more about it after the show.
The other thing is, there is basically a plot point given to the description of vampires in this series.
Right.
Canonically, the Anne Rice vampires almost glow when they're under light because they're so goddamn pale. Now, don't get me wrong. Jacob Anderson, if memory serves, he's only half black, so he's lighter toned, and a little bit of makeup can help some of that. But even with that flash forward that we saw with him in the future, unless that's just like a Marvel-style trailer lie, and they're actually going to paint him white or something, it's kind of dumb. It's very important that they look that way. That's... Story-wise, it gives a reason why vampires generally are only there at night. Why you only see them, especially in the numbers that you see them at night. Because it's more easy for them to blend in.
Gets them less caught. And Allie, it's a mix. So if you actually like read into it and not just take it at face value, Louis battles with himself a lot between his humanity and just being undead, and it's hard, especially for him, because even as a vampire, he is still so human. And again, this being a film, a remake of a film, not just, hey, this was a book, here's a film for it. They didn't really show that in the previous 1994 film at all. I mean, you can tell by the way Brad Pitt acts and the way, in different scenes where when they're on the beach and he's watching people running around a campfire and he's like, that I'm hungry. But that would be pretty bad thing to do. And you could see in his face the battle between humanity and being a vampire. Mm-hmm. But they never explore it. That's something you should explore.
Yeah.
Period. Because I think anybody would be turned into a vampire. And you're going to battle that heavily. And that's what that whole scene is. That's truly what that whole scene is. Actually, Aries, if you could tell him to message me on Facebook, that would be better. That would be great. That would be so great. That way because I have something written with Atria and I have something written with In Retrospect. I just have word of mouth with them. But I'd love to use their music. I am enjoying their music. Local band stuff, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Because there's no guarantee on it just yet.
Right. I don't know, but I think we spent enough time on Interview with the Vampire.
Into Shazam! My kids are so excited for this.
Hold on, because it's still going to be Interview with the Vampire.
Or nothing at all. Oh, okay. He's got to fix the thing.
I'm an idiot.
Yes, you are.
It's showtime!
Such a great
I don't deserve these powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing? Ow! There's already a superhero with a red suit with a lightning bolt on it. Aquaman is literally huge and
That's
so manly. And Batman is so cool. And I'm just me.
So, Batfleck is still a thing in this movie.
I feel like a fraud. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers. Well, then everybody got superpowers.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Now everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
I understand.
You understand I'm a pediatrician, right?
Come on!
Now let's get down to business.
Listen to me, Billy. The fate of the world depends on it. The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Children stole the power of all the gods.
She's not from the comic.
Very personal, Billy.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you because I'm not super old like you, but I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family.
She would know she was in the last few.
Family! Guys, that was a signal.
I've seen all the Fast and Furious. Hey, wait, you look familiar.
His name is
Your world will not survive this.
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
You think I know how to fix this, dude, but I really don't.
Billy, everyone can be worthy. Let's give it a chance.
Oh, and Aries, make sure it's my Kid Plays Facebook, not
Go fight for
my
the world.
personal.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
That's a good line. I'll give him that. Okay, so my issue. Number one, this is the first Shazam sequel, right?
Yes.
He has not been in Justice League, any
No.
of them. He hasn't been in any team-ups at all.
No.
Aside from his own post-credit scene where he met Superman. Which we don't even know if that's canon anymore.
No.
So it's his second outing, and he's got his own fucking Justice League. Where are the stakes in this film?
There is none.
He basically lives with his own goddamn Justice League.
Because if I can remember right, half of the Shazam family in the comic books fly off into the corners of the galaxy with the lanterns.
I don't know. It was the 40s. I wasn't alive then.
No, that's the current run of Shazam.
Look, all I know is you had the original run, which was Captain Marvel, and the Marvel family in DC. And that was all canon for a while. And then you had Flashpoint much later that shook everything up. And all the kids came together to form Captain Thunder. They all fused into one person rather than being a family of heroes.
Yes.
Well, with what happened after Flashpoint, you've got a singular Shazam. It's just him. And that story made so much more fucking sense.
And that story followed...
Plus it was more engaging because he has to face this shit alone.
And that storyline followed Captain Marvel actually transferring his powers to him to create Shazam. It was a pass on of the mantle type deal.
No, it wasn't. It was a rebrand because it was always Billy Batson. That hasn't changed.
Okay, fair enough.
But it was just Marvel finally getting pissed off enough that they actually filed a lawsuit to keep the Captain Marvel name.
Yeah.
And DC had to just change it to Shazam. So the word that they would yell to become the hero is now the name of the hero. So and to a point, that makes sense. This is a story written for children at the time. It was at that point. It wasn't necessarily a story that was aging with its audience. It was trying to get more of the same age audience in.
No matter how long it took.
Right.
Or how long it ran.
And now comics are forced to age with their audience because they can't get new people to read the bullshit.
That's fair.
But just those stories, when it's only Billy Batson, are so much more engaging because of the threat. He has to do this shit alone. He has to fight Black Adam, of all people, alone. Without his own personal army. That's a good story. When you've got the Shazam family that's finally going to meet up with Black Adam, what the hell is Adam going to do?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
He's got a team versus one. And just... Unless they make... Now, that's still a thing, by the way, everybody. Is Black Adam is still being filmed? No. They're in post-production, aren't they?
They're in post.
They'd have to make him really fucking OP.
Well, they're having him basically face off against Justice Society. So you've got Lantern, or some version of Lantern, I think. You've got, what is it? Hawkman. You got Dr. Fate. And a couple others.
I like the costumes.
The costumes in that movie look fucking
I
fantastic.
like the costumes
the casting's
a lot.
all over the place, but the costumes look
Costumes look dope. Holy shit, the costumes look dope. I have never seen doper fucking costumes.
But I mean, it's Warner Brothers. If nothing else, you can expect it to look good most of the time.
Like Mortal Kombat.
But like they've pigeonholed themselves into this position where Black Adam now has to be an Earth-based fucking dark side because he's got to take on an entire Justice League light by himself.
So stupid.
Because you know it's only going to be a minor team up because he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And if they turn him into an anti-hero for the rest of the world, like the Justice Society is their heroes, whereas he's basically just an anti-hero for his own country that he leads.
Yeah.
He's the Doctor Doom of the Middle East.
It just... You know what really pissed me off about the teaser trailer that they released for Black Adam?
What's that?
It's a complete rip-off from Iron Man 1. Did you see the side-by-side comparison?
I haven't seen the side-by-side, but now that you said that...
Where Iron Man is fighting the fighter pilots?
Yeah.
The jet pilots? Yeah. It's legit a complete rip-off.
Okay, well, Iron Man didn't have the Justice Society.
The frustration in your face.
So there's something that sets it apart. The Avengers weren't a thing yet. Plus, Iron Man's a good guy.
The total frustration in your face. You still thinking about it?
We've got to have something positive to say about this.
Do we really?
pursuit of fairness.
This is Hollywood. Is it fair?
I still want to be fair because I really like Black Adam as a villain. He's a great fucking villain. They just need to not turn him into this thing that he's not. It's not hard to do. Just don't write what they didn't write.
That's fair.
You'd think that'd be plainly obvious for established fucking properties. Just don't write what the writers didn't write. You put in less work than the people who created them.
Let's kind of show that per second.
Oh yeah, by the way, we are sponsored, or at least this show and Kids Channel are sponsored by Metaphysical. Use promo code METATHEKIDPLAYS, all capital letters, no spaces, to get yourself 10% off today. There you go.
You're welcome.
There's something really positive in this dark, dark time of comics.
Oh, then our merch!
Yes.
Beautiful merch.
I worked really hard on it. I hope everybody likes it.
Our merch.
It looks good. And I want the mug. I still want the mug.
What is this one?
One day I will get a mug. That? Oh, don't click that.
Why not?
That's not something we're using right now.
Oh, okay. He said, please don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not sure what's attached to it, so I don't know what it'll do.
I hope it's not porn.
Don't want to. Well, no, definitely not.
I kind of want to click on it now. It's like the big red button.
I still recommend not doing it.
But it's a big red button.
It's not even red or big.
I feel like it's a big red button.
It's a faded blue selection in a list. It's not even a button.
Put my fingers on a button.
That's your fault. You have the ability to let go of the mouse. The screen doesn't have the ability to not be there.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Moon.
You're welcome.
But no, the other thing is, not only is it basically a Justice League style team up with his foster family, it's Shazam versus the Old Gods. Helen Mirren in this movie is playing Hespera, which is a modified version of Hesperius, the Old God.
Yeah.
It's not the same person. It's not the same power set. It's probably not the same motivation. This is someone brand new, just with a similar name. So I don't know what exactly they're doing with the Old Gods,
Hollywood
but
makes me
a
sad.
confrontation like this should not be the second movie for this character.
No.
This should have build-up. We
Hollywood
need world building with the Old Gods. We need more development when it comes to Billy
They
Batson.
just expect you to know it all already. That's the problem. You gotta think.
We also need a setup for the new gods.
True.
For the Old God storyline to fully make sense.
And see, the thing that's shitty is that's what it is, though. They always, with Hollywood, they expect you to know already. When they don't realize that 80% of their fan base that are going to actually go out and watch these
have
movies
never read a comic book in their
probably
life.
won't. It's just like with Harry Potter.
It's further than that, though, because the people who are doing this shit are the people that, the same kind of people that are writing the comics now. And the people they're writing these comics for don't buy the comics.
No.
They don't know their audience at all. They just wish their audience were other people who will never give them their money.
It's just like with Harry Potter. It truly is. How many people do you know that have seen the movies have actually read the books? Okay, never mind. I know your wife. Never mind.
The family I married.
But on a serious note, though, like, most of the people that I've talked to that have read the books have seen the movies and don't care for the movies, or they've seen the movies and have never read a single fucking Harry Potter book, and probably never will. They only know about Harry Potter because they saw something cool on TV and was like, I'm going to go to the theater and see that. And then they got hooked on the movies and didn't think anything of the books.
Well, I mean, I kind of don't fit into that because I've read, but I've never finished a Harry Potter book. I've tried to read like 3 of them, but I've never finished one.
I fall into that category.
And I appreciate the movies for what they are.
I fall into that category. I enjoyed enough that I have read the basis of the books to understand what the movies are missing or what the movies don't explain. But not enough to... I don't know. I could never get into the Harry Potter books. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I'm not a big, huge fan of the movies either. I'll watch them because they're cool. It's just like with comics, though. Though for me, though, I could read comics all fucking day long.
Here's the thing, Moon, and I've had this conversation with my wife several times. I understand that there is a lot of stuff taken out of the books, and I understand how important it is for the books themselves. But, and hear me out on this, please. They got the important story bits, the important plot points to get from point A to point B. Now, don't get me wrong. It would have been really, really cool to see Peeves on screen and all his poltergeisty bullshit that he did. That would have been cool. But it wasn't fully necessary for the story they tried to tell because we still got from, Voldemort killing Harry's parents to Harry getting to where he needed to be, to where he could get to Hogwarts in the first place, and then his development through Hogwarts, and then the confrontation. It still made a cohesive story without him being there. And I know he's not the only one. I'm not saying he is. But just the way it needed to be done to be shown on screen without having 3 to 4 movies for each installment.
Right.
When they didn't even know, based on the first one, when they were still writing that movie, if it was going to be as successful as the books because of all the stuff they had to cut out. It just made more sense to do it this way.
But that's the problem, though, is that, like you said, you got all these comic book writers that are making these comic books for people that are...
Potter.
I know, but it's the same aspect, is that you got the movies, and most of the people that are watching the movies have never read the comics, and now you've got the comic book writers that are trying to follow suit with the movies just to get those people that are watching the movies to actually buy the comics. And they're never going to because they don't read comics. It's just like with the fucking Harry Potter series. They got all these people watching the movies, but will never read the book. Now, granted, the difference between the two is that they're never going to start writing the books to follow suit with the people that are watching the movies.
Right, the books are already done. But that's where Pottermore comes in. It's this pseudo-canon world that's built around the books and shit. Because Rowling herself has added shit to Pottermore, which makes it canon, but other people have added shit to Pottermore, which makes it not canon. So is it canon? Is it not canon? That's why I call it pseudo-canon. Because it could be, it could not be. It depends on who's writing what.
It's like the Star Wars extended universe. Oh. Exactly. I think that's it for the day. I'm done. I'm tired. I got children to help take care of.
What time is it? I didn't even look.
3 o'clock?
Almost.
4 minutes till 3. Are we going to raid out today?
I don't know.
I don't even know
who's just as a reminder, everyone, please, 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 I need your help sharing around Atria's latest single. And if you can get your friends to retweet it, or if you want to retweet it, just get it out there on Twitter as many times as possible to make sure that Alex notices this. I would be eternally grateful. I need to have a way to pay Atria back for the help they've given us. We got to spread the love, guys. Guys and girls, sorry. Who's online? Oh yeah, that's the guy you told me about. This guy's kind of interesting. I recommend at least sticking around for a few minutes just to check him out.
Cartoon Live. He's very charismatic.
Yes, that's a great word to describe.
That
this
is,
guy.
yeah, definitely. He's great. Just watch. Be awesome.
Yes, I will DM that to you on Discord. I'll even post to Discord a little bit later with all the information so you know what to do.
Where's the end credit card? Is that the end card? I can't read it.
The end card has no microphones attached to it, so if you do that now, no one will be able to hear us.
That's okay. So we're going to go to the end card now. We're done. I love you guys. Kaz loves you guys. I'm going to speak for him because he's not going to say the L word.
But even if it's just for a minute, check out Cartoon Live. That's who we're rating. You won't regret it. If nothing else, you don't have to follow, or you could follow. It's free either way.
Exactly. But check him out. He's playing Call of Duty. You guys would appreciate him. He's very fun to watch. Just go show him some Playroom love. We love you. We will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.